got it.
How you feeling? You feel good? Send them out.
Is that working?
Take the field, fellas. Take the field.
They're in there working on it, so we'll just go.
Are we live? Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Pro Ag Fields. We got Little League night tonight in Kindred. We got the Kindred Kings taking on the Kindred Vikings. Got a few technical problems, but it looks like the scoreboard's all fixed up and ready to rock. We got that zeroed out, so we'll be broadcasting a game tonight. A couple of games. Rookie-level baseball in Kindred. The Kindred Kings, here's our lineup from head coach Shane Johnson. He's assisted by Andy Westby and Keegan Murphy. Leading off and pitching, number 7, Kyle Odegaard. Batting second and playing at second base, number 14, Turner Westby. Batting third and playing at shortstop, number 15, Dawson Hoy. Batting cleanup and playing at first base, number 13, Blake Miller. And batting fifth and playing in center field will be number 12, Nolan Johnson. Batting sixth and catching will be number 19, Will Schmitz. And batting seventh, playing at third base, number 17, Archer Swanson. Batting eighth, playing in right field, number 9, Cade Ranke. And batting ninth will be Cam Cooper. He's out in left field. Where's number 8? And the extra hitter, number 21, Ledger Todd, will bat 10th. That's your Kindred Kings lineup. For the Kindred Vikings, leading off and playing at the pitcher position, number 17, Ben Fitzpatrick. Batting second and playing in center field will be number 9, Jaden Kellerman. And batting third will be River Fetch, the first baseman, number 28. And batting cleanup will be number 32, Carson Murphy, playing at second base. Batting fifth and playing at shortstop, number 20, Axel Anderson. Batting sixth and playing in right field, number 11, William Erickson. Batting seventh and playing in left field, number 10, Isaac Bateson. Batting eighth and playing at third base will be number 18, Landon Engelstead. And batting ninth will be the catcher, number 3, Dylan Burnt. So leading off, Kyle Odegaard, the pitcher. For the Kings, first pitch is swung on and grounded over towards the third baseman. Slow roller, long throw across the diamond will not be in time. It'll be an infield base hit for Odegaard. First pitch swinging, and he's on base with the first hit of the ball game. We're just getting started. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier.
Good evening. Yeah, we had a few glitches getting started. But we're going now.
And here's the pitch. Underhand delivery. Lined into center field. That's going to be down. Possibly a hit. Nobody covering second base. It'll be a base hit for Turner Westby. So 2 pitches, 2 singles. And just like that, the Kings are threatening. The pitcher, Ben Fitzpatrick, throws out a complete windup. And kind of has a sidearm delivery. This one's past the catcher. And the runners will move up on the pass ball. Now batting is Dawson Hoy, left-handed hitter. Where's number 15? Has a 1-0 count, I believe. Here's a pitch from number 17, Fitzpatrick, down low and in the dirt. 1-1 the count. At this level, the runners cannot lead off. They can steal, but the ball has to be to the batter before they can take off. And here's the pitch. Inside, almost hit him. 2 balls and a strike. Dawson Hoy hitting in the third hole. And the pitch. In there for a strike, says Paul Quisland. Paul Quisland umping out there. He'll stand behind the mound. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Off speed is away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Blake Miller is on deck.
And we have this game going on here at the Pro Ag Fields, and over on the main diamond we have Legion B going on there taking on Jamestown tonight.
Swinging a drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball, and that's going to score some runs. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Dawson Hoy headed for third. He's in with a stand-up triple down the left field line, and it's very quickly 2-0.
And because we have this mobile setup, I'm going to double check here. Kings. Yeah, okay. Make sure we got all the technical part going on here.
And here's a pitch to Miller, swung at and missed, strike 1. Blake Miller, the batter, first baseman. Yeah, we got a remote setup, so doing the best we can here.
Little lag time.
Yeah,
we
little.
got
So we have an internet connection out here. Swung at and missed, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. 2-0 early on. Kindred Kings over the Vikings. Little League night, swung on and fouled away. Blake Miller wears number 13, right-handed hitter.
And how many outs we got going on?
Nobody out.
Okay.
Nobody down. Top of the first inning, we're just getting going. Rookie level baseball. We got another game after this one. And here's a pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and there's 1 away. Runner on third, 2 runs already in, 1 down. Brings up Nolan Johnson, the center fielder. He wears number 12, right-handed hitter. We're in a very dangerous position here, by the way.
Got to pay attention.
Here's a pitch, way away, ball 1. Not only for foul balls, we're very close to the field where our camera is, about where we're standing. So that's our view, and you can see first base is right in front of us, so an errant throw from the shortstop might catch us right in the teeth if we're not paying attention.
I didn't bring my glove, but I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Swung on and missed. I believe the count is 1-1.
You know my cat-like reflexes. I'm on it.
Yeah. There's no scoreboard to help me out with my announcing here
yeah,
today.
there was
so.
some technical difficulties with that too, so it's shut off. So.
Yeah. 2 balls and a strike. Number 17, Ben Fitzpatrick on the mound. Trying to work his way out of a little bit of damage here. Trying to minimize the damage. Pitches away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Will Schmitz is on deck.
And just to let everybody know, too, that Legion B game going on over at the main field is streaming. So if you have that Game Changer app, the green one.
Yes, and Nolan Johnson draws a walk. So, yes, B Legion has a doubleheader, so a lot of baseball going on tonight in Kindred.
Yep. Yeah, it's streaming on the green Game Changer app. So if you want to connect to that, you search for 2025 Kindred Legion B. Legion A's on there, too, but B's playing right now.
Nolan Johnson swipes second base. The pitch was swung on and missed by the catcher, Will Schmitz. 0-1 the count. Now here's the pitch. It's away, 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's a pitch from Fitzpatrick. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Archer Swanson is on deck. Pro Ag Fields. And here's a pitch, way up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This field is, at this level, these rookies players, it's very capable of hitting it out of the ballpark into the field out there. Here's a pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3, and there's 2 away. Second strikeout for Fitzpatrick. And there's 2 away with runners on second and third base. 2 runs already in. Archer Swanson, the batter. Third baseman, left-handed hitter, pitches way away, and it's going to get by. This should score a run, and it does. Hoy scores on the wild pitch. Johnson does move up to third base. 3-0 in favor of the Kindred Kings. There are 2 outs, 1-0 count on the left-handed hitting Archer Swanson. And here's a set and the pitch, way away again, and he will not try to score. Little hesitation there from Nolan Johnson, but play it safe. You got 2 outs. You don't want to make the third out at the plate. You got Archer Swanson up here, who I'm certain can drive the baseball. Fitzpatrick, the pitcher, trying to minimize that damage. Like I said, it's 3-0. Wants to keep it there. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike.
If you hear that little shudder, that's I'm going to grab some pictures of these guys too. We haven't been able to watch them play, so I'm going to wear another hat and take a few pictures while we do this.
And here's the pitch. In there for a strike. And if you know Wendy Bernier, you know that she's going to be taking pictures.
I try to get them all.
If there's an errant throw from a shortstop, I will try to save your life here.
No, I got cat-like reflexes. Remember,
that's right.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
There's nowhere to run. There's a brick wall.
And
right
here's a
behind us.
lefty, right? So we'll be all right for this batter.
Yep, that pitch is away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Andy Westby offering some help out there.
Yeah, he'll save me.
Yeah.
He'll save me. Thank you.
I don't have money on Andy Westby stopping the baseball, but you can if you want.
Well, it's good to grab pictures of these little guys because some of these guys are going to be playing at that Legion Bay.
Inside, runners trying to score. There will be a play. Not in time. Run scores. It's 4-0.
Yeah, some of these little guys someday are going to be playing that Legion level, and that's going to be fun to look back at pictures. I know we're doing it right now with some of those parents looking back at when our guys were this little, and they're not little, but younger.
I just realized I had the wrong count, but Archer Swanson did draw a walk in that play. The ball's still live, even on a walk. It's not a dead ball, so the run does count. Cade Ranke steps up, the right fielder, right-handed hitter. And the pitch, outside. That'll move Swanson up to second base on another wild pitch. It's 4-0 in favor of the Vikings, or of the Kings. Swinging a high pop fly right side of the infield. Second baseman calls for it. And, you know, there's a couple kids calling for it, but I tell you what, you give way to the bigger kid every time. He makes a catch, does the second baseman, Carson Murphy. It's a pop-up to second base for the third out. 4 runs come across for the Kings, and we'll be back after this on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Tick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the...
And we're back, yourliveevent.com. Number 7, Kyle Odegaard, the pitcher for the Kings. First pitch, hits the batter in the helmet, so Ben Fitzpatrick, leadoff hitter for the Vikings, takes one off the helmet, and he gets first base. So 1 pitch, 1 runner aboard. Kindred Vikings, rookie-level ball club. At the bat, they're down by a score of 4-0 over the Kindred Kings. Kindred Kings have the lead. First pitch to the left-handed hitter, Jaden Kellerman. The center fielder is outside, ball 1. Fitzpatrick on first base. Here's a pitch. Outside, it gets away from the catcher. Fitzpatrick will move down to second base on the wild pitch.
And apologies there in the beginning. I wasn't paying attention to my camera duties, but we're on it now.
And here's a pitch. Swing on and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. or 1 or 2 actually, says Paul Quislin. Again, I don't have a scoreboard to help me cheat a little bit. Here's the pitch. Fastball swinging a foul to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. What a beautiful day for some baseball. Mid-June, perfect weather. The sun's going to be out till very late, till 9:30.
Well, and they're trying out a new kind of pizza tonight, too, so it's kind of a pizza party going on.
Swinging a drive down the first base line. That's fair. Fair ball.
Nope.
Oh, foul ball. Foul ball. Kind of a tough angle for both Paul Quislin, the umpire, and me.
Yeah,
It was
quite sure.
over the safety bag, but that's not the foul marker. It's the first base side on the other side of the line. Swinging a high drive, left center field. This is trouble. It's going to take 1 bounce and hit off the fence, and it's going to go over the fence. It's going to be a ground rule double for Jaden Kellerman. A booming double. Cuts the lead to 4-1 for the Kings. So 2 batters in. And the Kindred Vikings strike for their first run. And that brings up River Fetch, the first baseman. Swinging a high drive deep to left field. This ball's crushed. Back it goes, and she is gone. A 2-run home run for the big right-handed hitter, number 28, River Fetch. First baseman puts their team within 1 run of the lead with a booming 2-run home run to deep left center field. Got to move my head so Wendy can capture some fine pictures there. A 2-run bomb, and there's nobody out. Here's the pitch. Fastball is away. Carson Murphy, the batter, playing at second base. He wears number 32. Big right-handed hitter. And the pitch, swing and a foul tip. I believe the count is 1-2, but it might be 0-2. Axel Anderson is on deck. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul ball over my head. And we're missing some baseballs because 2 in a row went over the fence. 1 on a ground rule double, bounced over, and 1 flew way over the fence. Here's the pitch, outside. I stand corrected. The count is 1-2 now. And here's the 1-2. Away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out for the rookies. The Kindred Vikings rookies team. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, chopped over towards third base. Charges it, throw over to first base. Got him just in time. A 5-3 put out. Nice play over there by the third baseman. Who is that over there? Archer Swanson. And there's 1 away for the Vikings. Left-handed hitter, Axel Anderson steps to the plate. He's the shortstop. 4-3 lead for the Kindred Kings over the Kindred Vikings. And here's a pitch. It's a ball. And the pitch. Fastball up. 3 balls and no strikes. Kyle Odegaard throws out of the stretch at all times. Throws this one over for a strike. 3-1 the count. Left-handed hitting, Axel Anderson. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. It's a full count. And here's a pitch from Odegaard. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. He struck him out. And there's 2 down. At this level, the pitchers can only throw 3 innings. And here's a pitch, swinging a high pop fly in the infield. Third baseman calls for it, and he puts it away. Does Archer Swanson.
Archer, yeah.
So that's 3 down. The Vikings strike for 3 runs, including a 2-run home run by River Fetch. And at the end of 1, it's a 4-3 lead. The Kings over the Vikings on yourliveevent.com.
Voice This is from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
And we're back on YourLiveEvent.com. It's at the top of the second inning. New pitcher for the Kindred Vikings. Number 32, Carson Murphy, comes on to pitch. The coaches for both teams kind of gave me a lineup and their plans anyway for who they're going to have pitch. And so Carson Murphy's scheduled to throw a couple of innings here. Interesting rule at the rookie level in the Midcast League. If you pitch one pitch in an inning, that counts as an inning. So if you come in with 2 outs and you throw a pitch, you get an out, that's an inning worth of work.
So if you're in the inning for one pitch, you better make it good, huh?
Right. So that counts as an inning. You could only throw in 3 innings in a game. Left-handed batter, Cam Cooper, up for the Kings. It's 4-3 lead for the Kings over the Vikings. Cam Cooper, the left fielder. Left-handed hitter. Carson Murphy, the right-handed pitcher for the Vikings. Fastball at the feet. 2-1 the count. Cam Cooper wears number 8, left-handed hitter. Here's the set and the pitch. Swing and a ground ball, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We've seen a 2-run triple. We've seen a ground rule double score a run, and we've seen a booming 2-run home run. Intermixed with a couple of base hits and a hit by pitch and a walk here and there. Here's a pitch. Outside. And he walked him. I had the wrong count.
Yeah, it's a little hard without that scoreboard, but
yeah.
Quiz has got you.
Cam Cooper draws a leadoff walk. He's on first base. Brings up Ledger Todd. He's the extra hitter in the lineup. Takes a fastball in. Cooper goes on the pitch. Throw down to second base is not in time. Ball skips into right field. Cooper's going to try to make a run for it to third base. Cut off by the pitcher. So Cam Cooper steals second base. He'll move to third base on the air. Probably have to give it on the catcher. Generally speaking, you give it on the catcher on the pitch, on the throwdown.
Cam's got some speed going on.
Yeah.
Got some wheels.
Here's the pitch, line drive into right center field. That's down for a hit, and it skips past the center fielder. Ledger Todd's going to have himself extra bases. We'll give him a double. An RBI double. Cam Cooper comes across a score to make it 5-3. Got an RBI double for Ledger Todd.
So
And here's a foul ball. We're back to the top of the order with Kyle Odegaard.
And Cam made it 5-3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
5-3 lead for the Kings. Here's a pitch from Carson Murphy. Swing and a foul tip at the plate. The life of a catcher. Foul tips off the arms, off the chest, off the face mask. Kyle Odegaard is 1 for 1. He singled and scored a run in the first inning. Gets a chance to bat here again in the second inning. And here's a pitch. High pop fly. This is playable. It's in foul territory. And it's a foul ball. It was a foul ball. And here's a pitch. Fastball in the dirt is blocked by the catcher. 1-2 count. And here's a pitch. It's top of the second inning. Trying to get our scoreboard right. Again, we're operating remotely. We got a an internet connection out here. We're plugged into some outlet I found.
We're doing all right. Look at him go.
In between the two stadiums, a wild pitch. Now the throw goes into left field.
Oh, he's coming home.
He's going to try to score. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. The throw is up the line, and Ledger Todd comes across the score. He'll move to third on the wild pitch and come across on the error, and that makes it a score of 6-3 in favor of the Kindred Kings. And there's still nobody out. Kyle Odegaard at the plate. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what the count is. However, Quisling just corrected me. It's full.
Full, yep.
Full count. Just as I was saying that, he goes, yeah, it's full count. Here's a pitch. In there for strike 3. And there's one away. One down. Cam Cooper started this off with a walk. He stole second, moved to third on an error. Swinging a line drive towards the second baseman, up the middle for a base hit. Turner Westby has his second hit of the ball game. He's now 2 for 2 with a run scored, and he's on first base. Cam Cooper started off with that walk. RBI double for Ledger Todd. He moves to third on a wild pitch and scores on an error. Inside pitch to Dawson Hoy. Misses inside, gets away from the catcher, and Westby will move down to second base on the wild pitch. Count is 1-0. Dawson Hoy with a 2-run triple down the left field line his first time up. He scored a run as well. This pitch is in the dirt. Westby's going to move up to third on the wild pitch. Now the ball gets away from the pitcher. 2 balls and no strikes. Blake Miller is on deck. Carson Murphy on the mound. Here's the pitch, fastball in there for a strike. And again, at this level, you can steal, but the pitch has to be to the plate before you can take off. You can't lead off. Here's a pitch. Swinging a ground ball over towards third. Lefty third baseman throws to first base. Not in time. It's going to skip away from the first baseman. A run's going to score. That makes it 7-3 in favor of the Kings. So Hoy is on. We'll call that an error. E5. He will get a run batted in for that. His third run batted in. Now batting is Blake Miller. Throw down to second base is not in time. We'll give Dawson Hoy a stolen base. Carson Murphy trying to work his way out of this inning. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul. Strike 1. Pro Ag fields are beautiful, but there is some danger here because there's another game going on behind us.
We set up in an okay spot.
Yeah, we haven't gotten hit yet. Here's a pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. That's strike 2, or strike 3, I should say. So there is 2 outs. Hoy does steal third base on the play. Nobody covering at third. 2 down. Nolan Johnson steps up. Nolan Johnson walked his first time up, stole a base and scored a run. That was in the first inning. Here's a pitch. Fastball away. Hoy's going to try to score. Throw to the plate will not be in time. Dawson Hoy comes across the score, his second run of the game. That makes it 8-3 in favor of the Kindred Kings. A lot of action in this ball game early on.
They're moving right along.
The rookie level is typically 11 and 12-year-olds. And then the games going on behind us is the Pee Wee level. That's the 9 and 10-year-olds. Little League night in Kindred. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul.
And Legion B has it going on across the street too at the main field. You can that game is streaming on Game Changer. You search for 2005 Kindred Legion B. They are playing Jamestown tonight.
And here's a pitch, fastball in the dirt. A lot of baseball this week in Kindred.
There is, yeah.
A lot of games on your live event.
Come out and try the new pizza. Tell us what you think about it. Giving it a try tonight.
That one's in there for a strike.
And lots of other concessions too. It's a really good menu for tonight. Save on the cooking. Come on out to the ballpark.
Here's a 2-2 pitch, and it goes to a great cause, to Kindred Youth Baseball. Concessions sure help with everything, and I tell you what, I eat a lot of cheeseburgers.
Yeah, it helps with supper. Yeah, that's kind of our go-to for,
but they're
for
good.
this week. Yeah,
they're good, man.
They are.
And I don't mind eating them every night. So.
Nope, and we have 2 boys, so I'm sure I'm sure they're ringing up the cheeseburgers.
Yep, another walk to Nolan Johnson. He takes first base. 1 on, 2 outs. 4 runs already in. Here's the pitch. Ball away, throw down to second base, not in time. Didn't quite get the tag on him, so another stolen base for Nolan Johnson. 8-3 lead. That pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Will Schmitz, the catcher. He struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's a pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. It gets by him. But in this rule, there's no, you don't have to catch the 3rd strike at this level. So he does strike out to end the inning, but not before the Kings come up with 4 runs to make it an 8-3 lead over the Vikings. And we'll take a break on your live event.
And we're headed to the bottom of the second, right?
Bottom of the second,
okay,
yes.
just make that clear before we go to break. Here we go.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Back. Kindred Vikings coming to the bat. It'll be Isaac Bateson, followed by Landon Engelstead and Dylan Burnt. Isaac Bateson started off at left field, hits one back to the pitcher. Throw over to first base is in time. We got ourselves a 1-3 putout. And just like that, Kyle Odegaard, the pitcher for the Kings, has set down 4 batters in a row. He hit the first batter he faced, gave up a ground rule double, and then a home run. And then he's got a ground out, strikeout, pop up, and another ground out. And that brings up Landon Engelstead, the 3rd baseman. He takes ball 1. Dylan Burnt is on deck. Started the game as catcher. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. I apologize in advance because at this level, the coaches like to mix guys around and put them all over the field so they get a lot of experience playing different positions. Pitches inside, knocks Landon Engelstead down off the plate. Ooh, good heads-up play by the second baseman. Number 14, Turner Westby there to back up the throw from the catcher. Here's a pitch, fastball, in there for a strike. And that's 2 down. Second strikeout for Odegaard. I thought he was out. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Okay, guess he's not. Now he fouls it off. Well, I wrote it in, but fortunately I wrote it in with a pencil. Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Don't commit to ink. It's fine.
Yeah,
We fixed it.
I cannot do that.
1 out at the moment.
And here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a strike.
Okay.
The only difference is it's a strikeout looking, so there's 2 away. Dylan Burnt steps up. He's the catcher. Bottom of the second inning, 8-3 lead for the Kindred Kings over the Kindred Vikings. 1-0 count to Dylan Burnt, top of the order, and Ben Fitzpatrick on deck. Here's a pitch. It's outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Beautiful evening for baseball in Kindred. Here's a 2-0, swinging a ground ball back to the pitcher. Odegaard has set down 6 batters in a row on the 1-3 putout at the end of 2 innings. 8-3 lead for the Kindred Kings over the Vikings on yourliveevent.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
And we're back. During our ad break, Archer Swanson was the leadoff batter for the Kings. He took a pitch right in the back, kind of in the right arm, it looks like. He's trying to shake that pain off. So he's on base. Carson Murphy's still on the mound for the Vikings. Swung on and missed by Cade Reinke, and the pitch gets past the catcher. Swanson toughs up, and he'll stay in the ball game, and he'll move down to second base on the pass ball.
He's smiling now at second base, so I think the pain's done.
The pain goes away when you score a run. It goes completely away.
When you get another base.
When you start high-fiving people. Here's a ground ball, base hit into left field. And Swanson will stop at third base. So ground ball single for Cade Reinke. He's now 1 for 2. He popped up in the first inning. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. Cam Cooper steps up. He walked his first time, stole a base, and later scored. Swung on and missed. Left-handed hitting Cam Cooper. Throw down to second base. They got him. A caught stealing. Cade Reinke gets tossed out stealing, 2-4. So number 17, Ben Fitzpatrick, laid the tag on him, and there's one away. Here's a ball. Here's a play at the plate. Throw it to the plate. Is not in time. Ball skips away, and Archer Swanson comes across the score to make it 9-3 in favor of the Kings. Not sure what the count is.
And we got one out, right?
Just one out.
Okay, 9-3, one out. Top
9-3,
third.
one out, top of third. Good ball game so far. Beautiful night for baseball. Here's the pitch. Way outside. Ball 2 at least. Ledger Todd is on deck. 1-2 is the count. And here's the set and the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Cam Cooper goes down for the first time today. Second out. Strikeout recorded. And the first pitch to Ledger Todd is in there for a strike. He doubled, an RBI double, then later came around to score. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored. And a run batted in. Takes strike 2. Ledger Todd, right-handed hitter. Started the game as the extra hitter, but working his way in to play defense. Here's the pitch, in there for a strike. 2 strikeouts in a row for Carson Murphy. So after 2.5, it's a 9-3 lead for the Kindred Kings over the Vikings on yourliveevent.com.
And we're going to the bottom of the third.
Bottom of 3.
Okay.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
And we're back, bottom of the third inning. Kindred Vikings. I'm sorry, the Kindred Kings coming to bat.
Yep. The Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings. I'm sorry. I
Vikings.
looked at the Kings. I'm getting confused here.
Vikings are back. Kings
Yeah.
are pitching.
I'm good. That's good because that's how I have it in my book. Ben Fitzpatrick, he's no official at-bat, takes it outside. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning, came around to score. It's 9-3 lead for the Kings over the Kindred Vikings. Little League night in Kindred. Here's a pitch outside. 2-1 is the count to the right-handed hitter, Ben Fitzpatrick. He's got Jaden Kellerman on deck, followed by River Fetch. Here's a pitch, way inside, 3 balls and a strike. Almost hit him. Good crowd out here to watch some baseball. So happy to bring you baseball and yourliveevent.com. Inside, and Fitzpatrick, for the second time,
He's hustling down to first base.
gets a free pass. He was hit by a pitch in the first, and now he draws a walk.
Got some hustle going on.
So that ends a streak for Odegaard. He had set down 6 batters in a row. Throw down to second base is not in time. And Fitzpatrick steals second.
A little bit of wind taking away our things here. We'll weigh
Yeah.
it down with a few things.
Here's a high pop fly in second base.
Second
Turner-
baseman just almost teasing a little bit that he might take off to third.
Turner Westby with the catch. Here's a pitch. High ground ball chopper to the shortstop. Throw across the diamond in time for the out. Nice play, a 6-3 put out, and there's quickly 2 away. Fitzpatrick has to stay on second base. Nice play by the shortstop. That's Dawson Hoy over there. Backhanded play, throws across the diamond in time for the out. 2 down, and Odegaard has set down 8 of the last 9 batters. Here's a high pop fly down the left field line. This could be trouble. It's a foul ball. River Fetch is the one that grounded out just now, 6-3. He's the one that hit that booming home run. Now Carson Murphy looks like he's got some power. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out, but he pounded one down the left field line, but foul. Here's a pitch outside. Runner goes, throw down to third. Not in time. It's going to skip into left field. That's going to score a run. So give Fitzpatrick a stolen base of third, and he'll reach on the error by the catcher. So stolen base. E2, and it's now 9-4. And here's a pitch, it's upstairs. 9-4 lead for the Kings over the Vikings. There are 2 outs.
Oh, I'm behind on that. Apologies.
Well, if you know Wendy, like I said earlier, she's taking pictures, so she's.
I got a lot of hats going on. I don't know.
Here's a pitch. It's inside, so she's taking pictures of the guys coming across the score and all the high fives going on.
It gets exciting, and they get excited, and I get excited, and I get distracted and forget what we're doing. I'm cheering right along with them.
It's fun to watch this baseball. Here's a pitch. In there for a strike, and Murphy goes down looking, and that's 3 outs. But not before the Vikings come up with a run to make it 9-4. You're watching baseball on yourliveevent.com.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
All right, we're back. We head to the top of the 4th inning. The Kindred Kings will have their top of the lineup. Kyle Odegaard followed by Turner Westby and Dawson Hoy. At the conclusion of this game, we'll have the Todd Wold postgame show.
For any accounting requisitions from income tax preparation, planning, and consulting for individual or businesses, go online to wold-cpa.com.
That'll be fun. We're gonna interview the winner of this ball game. We'll interview one of the players, and we'll call him the player of the game. So that'll be on the Todd Wold postgame show.
Yeah, and the player game is brought to you by Enbridge. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities.
Here's the first pitch to Kyle Odegaard, is grounded back to the pitcher, and we got a new pitcher. Jaden Kellerman is now the pitcher. So we got a 1-3 put out, and there's quickly 1 away. Here's a pitch, it's a ball. Turner Westby, the batter. He is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. 1 out, top of the 4th inning. Here's a pitch, fastball in there for a strike. Dawson Hoy is on deck. Left-handed pitcher kicks and fires in the dirt. Jaden Kellerman started off in center field. Now he's on the mound. Getting a chance to pitch here. And the pitch, swinging a foul ball over towards us, but it's grounded. Got a fence protecting us a little bit. Nothing protecting our teeth up here.
Well, I got you, so.
And here's the pitch. Fastball way up high and outside. Full count. the right-handed hitting Turner Westby. The Kings dropped 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second, 1 in the third. Here's a pitch. It's in the dirt. He walked him. Westby's on base for the 3rd time. Dawson Hoy steps to the plate. He tripled, drove in 2 runs, hit a ground out, and reached on an error. And drove in a run. So he's got 3 runs batted in. He later scored. So he's got 2 runs scored as well. So 1 for 2. Here's a pitch. A ball. Throw down to second base is not in time. Westby steals another base. So 1 out, runner on second. And the lefty kicks, fires, fastball up. Westby stays put at second base. Blake Miller is on deck. Number 15, Dawson Hoy. Left-handed hitter. Here's a pitch. In the dirt. Catcher stops it. And he's going to chase Westby back to second base. Westby looking to advance on that wild pitch, but a nice stop by the catcher. And again, players are moving all over the field. Here's the pitch. It's a ball. And Dawson Hoy draws a walk, and so there's runners on first and second base with 1 out. That'll bring up Blake Miller. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Here's the pitch from the lefty, swinging a ground ball over towards shortstop. He'll go to second base for 1, and he's out. No time for a double play, so Miller reaches on a fielder's choice. He's now 0 for 3. Dawson Hoy is out 6-4, second out. Westby advances to third base, so runners on first and third base with 2 down, and Nolan Johnson, the batter. He's walked twice. Throw down to second, not in time, and the runner's going to steal. The run does not score.
He's going back.
Yep, the runner does not score, so the rule in the Midcast League is we want the catcher to throw down to second base to try to get the out with no penalty when it's first and third. But now here's a wild pitch. Here's a throw to the plate. It's not going to be in time. So he's going to score anyway. So Westby doing a lot of running out there and finally does score his run. So Blake Miller is still second base, advances to third on the wild pitch. That does score a run to make it 10-4 in favor of the Kings. There are 2 outs. Nolan Johnson has walked twice, stole a couple of bases, scored once. Here's the pitch from the lefty. Inside, runner's going to try to score, and he does. No throw, and Blake Miller comes across the score. It's 11-4 in favor of the Kings.
I got 1 too many. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
There's a little bit of a lag. You hit back, and then it didn't switch.
I double punched a little bit.
Pitch is inside, somehow did not hit the batter. And I think Nolan Johnson was even surprised that it didn't hit him. Both shoes untied. He's got that going on.
That's the style. That's
okay.
Their footwear, their styling.
Okay.
The pitcher has some fancy shoes on too.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
And Cam had rocking some socks earlier.
Here's a swing and a ground ball back to the pitcher. Throw over to first base is in time. It's a 1-3 putout. And that's the 3rd out. But not before the Kings come up with a couple of runs to make it an 11-4 lead over the Vikings. You're watching rookie-level baseball on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
And we're back on the mound for the Kindred Kings. Number 8, Cam Cooper, Right-handed pitcher comes on to pitch. And man, look at those shoes.
Yeah, he's styling tonight, and he's fast. He had some wheels when he was doing the bases and out in left field, tracking stuff down.
Absolutely.
Cam's got some speed.
Comes on to pitch. He'll face the Vikings and their, see here, 5, 6, 7 hitters. It'll be Axel Anderson followed by William Erickson and Isaac Bateson. So Cam Cooper comes on to pitch. Odegaard went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, allowed 4 runs, 3 earned, walked 1, and struck out 3. Here's a swing and a foul ball over towards the fans down the third base line. It's out of play, strike 1. We're standing right down the first baseline where the camera is. I'm to the left of the camera. Wendy's to my right, and then the camera. So the same view that you're seeing is basically the same view we're seeing. So if an overthrow from the shortstop at second base comes over to first base, we're in trouble. 2-1 is the count, I believe, to the left-handed hitter, Axel Anderson. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first inning. Cam Cooper on to pitch. Looks in, gets his sign, throws out of the full windup, kicks and fires. It's away. Axel Anderson trying to get things going. The Vikings scored 3 runs with the help of a 2-run bomb by River Fetch in that first inning. Swinging a ground ball over towards third. Third baseman charges it. Throw to first base, not in time, and it's going to skip away. And Anderson is not going to chance it. He's going to settle for first base. Wisely does so. Reaches first base. I think he would have beat that out. We'll give him an infield single. No error on the play. That'll bring up William Erickson. He's 0 for 1. He popped up to third base. Also a left-handed hitter. Swing and a miss. That's going to get by the catcher. Anderson's going to get second base anyway on the pass ball. Isaac Bateson is on deck. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier. Bringing you rookie-level baseball from Kindred. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball back to the pitcher. He tosses it over to first base in time for the out. Anderson does move up to third base, but it's a 1-3 putout. Cam Cooper over to the first baseman. I believe that's Blake Miller, and there's 1 away. And here's the pitch to the left-handed hitter, Isaac Bateson. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the pitcher himself. That was to lead off the second inning. 1 down, 11-4 lead for the Kings. Here's a pitch. Swinging and a foul chopper at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Isaac Bateson started out left field. Coach is doing a great job of moving kids around and giving them a chance to play different positions throughout the game. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike.
Yeah, it's hard to know who we got a picture of and who we didn't yet, too. I'm just snapping away, and they move around. That's good for them, though. That's get a feel for different positions, different spots.
Cam Cooper attacking the strike zone. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul at the plate. Beautiful night. We've seen a couple balls go over the fence. One on a hop for a ground rule double, and then a 2-run bomb. And here's a pitch. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to the left-handed hitter, Isaac Bateson. Landon Engelstad is on deck. Here's a pitch from the right-hander. Swing and a miss. He got him. And there's 2 away. Landon Engelstad steps to the plate. He struck out back in the second.
Also, we should let people know we have some Legion A ball going on tomorrow night. You and I doing that over at the big field tomorrow.
Pitch is inside. Yeah, a lot of fun bringing you baseball in your live event. I'd really like to thank the sponsors and thanks to yourliveevent.com for letting us do this. Great service, a lot of fun.
Yeah, that Legion A team, they just got back from down by Sioux Falls. They'd completed or participated in the Dakota Classic.
Here's a blooper into right field that's going to fall in there for a solid base hit for the right-handed hitter, Landon Engelstad. An RBI single scores Axel Anderson, cuts the lead down to 11-5. And that'll bring up Dylan Burnt, the catcher. We started that catcher anyway. He's 0 for 1. Here's a swing and a foul back. So a solid single to right field for Landon Engelstead. So fun to watch. The kids were right outside the first base dugout and seeing them get excited when one of their teammates rips a base hit somewhere, scores a run. Here's a pitch in the dirt. That'll allow Engelstead to get down to second base. And the throw down to second base is not in time. Skips into center field, but not far enough to advance him.
I know they get excited, and I'm watching them laugh and smile and cheer, and I forget what I'm doing and cheer right along with them. It's contagious to watch them enjoy what they're doing.
It reminded me of my Little League days when I was upsetting the equipment. I could hear the players practicing out here, and they're talking about the players in the major leagues. They're talking about Shohei Ohtani, and they're talking about all the players in the major leagues nowadays. The names have changed a little bit. I was talking about Pete Rose and, Darryl Strawberry and guys like that. But the names have changed, but the conversations haven't changed. It's nice to see.
Well, and then, if you get a chance to bring them out to those Legion A games, the Legion A boys, they enjoy mentoring and showing them, these guys, what it's going to be like, because they'll be here someday, and showing them how it's done. So that's a good thing in Kindred, too, that a lot of the older boys are looked up to by these guys, and they share a love of the game over there. So tomorrow night, I hope they come out to the field and watch some Legion A ball with them.
Absolutely. Dylan Burnt draws a walk, runners in first and second with 2 down. Back to the top of the order with Ben Fitzpatrick. He's been hit by a pitch, he's walked, he's stolen 2 bases, he scored 2 runs. So a couple of free passes trying to cut into that lead. Here's the pitch from Cooper. Swinging a line drive into left field. Over the head of the left fielder. It's going to bounce off the fence. 1 run is going to score for sure, and he's going to be held up at third base as Dylan Burnt. Another one with a 1-hopper off the fence for Fitzpatrick. A hard hit RBI double. That scores Landon Engelstead. Dylan Burnt is held up at third base. There are 2 outs, and now it's a score of 11-6. Is that correct?
2 came in?
We had one earlier, but 1 run came in on that, but it is 11-6.
Okay.
Now the batter is Jaden Kellerman. RBI double for him in the first and a pop-up in the third. Here's a pitch from Cam Cooper, is outside. 2 balls and no strikes to the left-handed hitter. River Fetch is on deck. So the lead is cut down to 11-6. There are 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Yeah, we were setting up the equipment, and we were in the sun, so we couldn't see our computers. So we moved it behind the dugout here so we could see a little bit better.
A little bit of a glare made it a little tough to see things. I don't see very good anyway, but
I don't know much about computer equipment, but I can't think having the sun hit it is all that good for it.
Well, we had our Legion A and B coaches on the job. They got it done.
Yep, Josh Almaris and Nick Eggman. Kellerman draws a walk. That loads him up. River Fetch steps to the plate, hit a booming 2-run home run and grounded out. Swinging a ground ball hard up the middle, knocked down by the shortstop. Throw to second base, in time for the out. And the Kings work out of it on the fielder's choice. There are 3 outs, but they do come up with 2 runs, do the Vikings, and at the end of 4 innings, it's 11-6 in favor of the Kings on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search Your Live Event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good!
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
We're back. Will Schmitz, the batter, fouls this one away. He's got an 0-2 count on him. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Left-handed pitcher Jaden Kellerman on the mound for the Vikings. Vikings wearing their pinstripe jerseys. Here's a pitch. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Will Schmitz, Archer Swanson, and Cade Ranke, the due batters for the Kindred Kings. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes, and there's one away. Jaden Kellerman, the pitcher. Now he'll face Archer Swanson. He's drawn a couple of walks. Actually, he's drawn 1 walk and was hit by a pitch and later scored a run. So no official at-bat, but on base twice, helping his on-base percentage. Here's the pitch, in there for a strike. 2 strikes, the count. And here's the pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. 2 strikeouts in a row for Kellerman. And there's quickly 2 down. It's an 11-6 lead for the Kindred Kings. And here's a pitch and a foul. Now I smell pizza. Is that Icewind pizza you were talking about?
I don't know. We're going to have to try it, though. I know we're going to need to try it.
I know it's made me incredibly hungry. Man, that smells good. Swinging a foul for Cade Ranke. He's 1 for 2. He popped up and singled. Here's a pitch outside, 1 ball and a strike.
Yeah, pizza out of Mapleton. So we're going to give it a go tonight. Check it out, taste it, let us know on our Facebook page. You can also see pictures of the various Kindred Youth Baseball on their Facebook page and the events. Concession information, sign-ups for concessions. That's a big thing, too, for folks that, we all need to pitch in and participate. So the concession sign-up is there. And it's a lot of fun. People don't always know until you try it, but get in there and serve it up.
Cade Ranke is hit by the pitch. If you notice, that ball hit the dirt first, and then it hit the batter. That counts as a hit by pitch. So he gets awarded first base, and that brings up Cam Cooper. Left-handed hitter, he's walked and scored a run and struck out. So 0 for 1 officially, takes strike 1. Lefty on lefty here. 2 down, top of the 5th inning. And the pitch outside. 1-1 the count. Cade Ranke on first base. 11-6 lead. Good baseball game so far. Swing and a miss. No runners advance. It's 1-2. Ledger Todd is on deck. And here's a pitch. And no pitch. No box in this game. at this level. A couple of different rules in your traditional baseball. Here's a pitch outside. I believe the count is full. Yep, full count, says Paul Quislen. And here's a set, and the pitch way up high. And Cam Cooper draws his second walk. Puts runners on first and second base with the 2 outs. Brings up Ledger Todd. He has an RBI double and a strikeout. Swing and a miss. He roped a double to right center field. His first time up, drove in a run. He later came around to score. Here's the pitch. Inside, it's going to get away. Runners are going to advance. So Ranke up to third base on the wild pitch. Cooper up to second base on the same pitch. And here's a pitch from Kellerman. It's outside. The runner's going to try to score. Here's a play at the plate. Not in time. That one we're going to call a pass ball. Difference between a wild pitch and a pass ball. Wild pitch is obviously just what it is, what it sounds like. It's a wild pitch from the pitcher that gets charged to the pitcher. A pass ball is when the catcher maybe should have had it, should have stopped it. You charge the catcher with a pass ball. That's significant when you start doing statistics, earned runs and things like that. It is not an earned run if he wouldn't have ordinarily scored if it's a pass ball. Ledger Todd draws a walk, puts runners on first and third. Run did score, so it's 11 to 12 to.
Cam did a fabulous slide into home there.
It's 11 to 8 now.
Oh, my bad.
As Cam Cooper comes across the score, so Ranke scored on that wild pitch. Cam Cooper scores on this wild pitch. Todd moves up to second base.
Yeah, in one spot I have it this, and the other spot it's away in Kindred, so it's.
And now we head to the top of the order. It's Kyle Odegaard, the batter.
And runner on second, right?
Here's a pitch in there for a strike. Odegaard is 1 for 3. He singled in the first inning and scored a run, struck out, and grounded out.
2 outs you got, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Here's a pitch in there for a strike. And I'll say this, Paul Quislen doesn't have an aggressive strikeout at this level, and thankfully so. He figures if you're going to be up there, let's swing the bat, have some fun. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. And that's the inning, but not before the Kings come up with a couple of runs. I'm sorry, I messed up. I told you incorrectly. It's actually 13 to 6. The Kings put up a couple of runs, so Wendy had it right on the scoreboard, and I changed things around for her.
See how much I trust you.
So it's 13 to 6, the lead for the Kings over the Vikings. And we'll take a break on yourliveevent.com.
And we're going into the bottom of the 5th, right?
Yep.
Okay, got it. Here we go.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
And we're back. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And I think I'm through messing Wendy up on the scoreboard. She had it correct up on the scoreboard, and I told her to change it, and then I made it incorrect.
It's all good now.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Kindred Vikings coming to bat. This is their last hope. They're down by a score of 13-6. They need to drop 7 runs here to tie it to keep this game going. And they'll send Carson Murphy to the plate, followed by Axel Anderson and William Erickson. Carson Murphy is 0 for 2. He grounded out and struck out. Here's a pitch from Cam Cooper. It's up high, ball 1. Cam Cooper on for his second inning of work. Kyle Odegaard started the ball game. Here's the pitch. Swing at a high fly ball deep to left field. This ball's hit pretty well, but back goes the left fielder. Cool as the other side of the pillow, and he makes a catch out there.
That's a nice catch, right under it.
I didn't catch the number, so I don't know who's out there. Because we've been switching around, and they don't have the numbers on the front of the uniform. Not that I can see that far anyway.
We'll get it.
Swinging a line drive into center field. That's going to find green grass, and that's going to be down for a hit.
Oh, he's going to 2.
He's going to 2. Throw to second base. Not in time. A double for Axel Anderson. His second hit of the ball game. He's now 2 for 3. That'll bring up William Erickson. He's 0 for 2. He popped up, grounded out. Left-handed hitter. And the pitch from Cam Cooper outside. Ball 1. We will have the Todd Wold CPA post-game show, and we'll have the Enbridge player of the game, and we'll also have the connection of the game by HTC. Here's a wild pitch. Axel Anderson moves up to third base. Important to note that the runner on third, his run doesn't make any difference, meaning they shouldn't worry about the runner on because you still got to get some batters out here. They got a pretty big lead. It's important that the pitcher doesn't worry about the runner on third base because that run doesn't make a whole lot of difference. William Erickson, the batter, trying to keep this game going. Vikings just need base runners, and William Erickson will get him one. He draws a walk. Runners on first and third with 1 out.
That connection of the game brought to you by HTC. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone.
Here's a base rip down the left field line. An RBI single for Isaac Bateson. He's now 1 for 3. He's got himself an RBI single. Axel Anderson comes across to score that run, and it's 13-7 in favor of the Kings. And that brings up Landon Engelstead, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a strikeout.
And we got 1 out, right?
1 down. Runners on first and second. Vikings just need to get base runners and keep this game going. Pitch is low, ball 2. Legion B baseball going on. We'll have Legion baseball for you on Wednesday night. Legion A swinging a ground ball over towards second base, and the ball's kicked around, throw into center field. Everybody's safe and a run will score. We'll give an error on the second baseman. Engelstead reaches first base. Bateson reaches second. Erickson comes across to score to make it a 13-8 ball game, and that'll bring up Dylan Burnt, who's 0 for 1 officially with a ground out and a walk. Grounds this one back to the pitcher. Throw over to first base. In time for the out. Throw down to second. Is tagged, and he's out. And that's the ball game. The runners get out on the base paths. So 1-3 put out, and then eventually a double play as Bateson is tagged out over at third base to end the ball game. And the Kindred Kings win this one by a score of 13-8. And the Kindred Vikings end the ball game on the base paths. There was a ground out. The runners didn't quite advance. They throw down to third base, and they tag the runner out because the force was off after they threw the base runner out at first base. So Bateson is tagged out. That ends the ball game. Kindred Kings win it by a score of 13-8 on yourliveevent.com.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. For any accounting needs you may have, Todd Our World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
All right, we're back. We're back on the Todd Wold CPA postgame show for any accounting requisitions from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses. Go online to wold-cpa.com for all your CPA needs at the Todd Wold postgame show. And we got ourselves the player of the game, the Enbridge Life Takes Energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. And that player of the game is none other than the starting pitcher in today's ball game for the Kindred Kings. It's Kyle Odegaard. Kyle, you went 1 for 4 at the plate today. You scored a run. How did it feel at the plate today?
Good. I just threw strikes, and then my defense helped me.
Defense helped you out a lot, and you got some nice plays behind you, and you struck out a couple of batters as well. In fact, that's why you're the player of the game. You're the winning pitcher in this game as your team wins by a score of 13-8. You started on the mound, you went 3 innings, only gave up 2 hits, allowed 4 runs, only 3 were earned. You walked 1 and struck out 3 batters. So for that, you're the Enbridge player of the game. How did it feel out on the mound?
Pretty good. I just threw strikes, as I said. So.
Yeah, your coach put you in the lineup. Did you know you were going to throw all 3 innings?
Yep.
Was that the plan?
Yep.
Going forward, how many wins you got on the season?
4.
4 wins on the season? Okay, and you're helping your team out, and so it's great to have you on the Todd Wold CPA postgame show, and thanks for playing, and great game out there.
Thank you.
Got any shout-outs or anything like that?
No.
No, nothing? Nothing? Here's your chance.
No.
Okay, nothing. You're nothing? Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right, leaving them hanging, but you're the Enbridge player of the game. Congratulations. A 1 for 4 performance at the plate. Go 3 innings and get the win for your team, so congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll take a break on yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
And we're back on the post-game show, the Todd Wold CPA post-game show. We had Mr. Kyle Odegaard as a player of the game, the Enbridge player of the game. Now it's time for the connection of the game.
Yes, that is brought to you by HTC. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead telephone, it's how to connect, halstead.com.
Well, we have to go with the 2-run bomb.
Yeah.
Mr. River Fetch, the first baseman, number 28 for the Kindred Vikings. He launches a 2-run home run in the first inning. He cuts the lead down to 1. That was back in the bottom of the first inning. So he is your connection of the game. And what a home run it was. It came right after somebody hit Mr. Jaden Kellerman bounced one over the fence for an RBI double, for a ground rule double, and then on the next pitch, River Fetch launched one over the fence to left field for that home run, and that is your connection of the game. So we're bringing you Little League Night on yourliveevent.com. We got another game coming up, and we'll get to that one, and we'll take a short break. And I'm Mike Bernier for Wendy Bernier. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with Game 2 for tonight.
News, weather, and sports from your community. Look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca
And we're back. Game 2 of Little League Night. We're getting set. It's the Kindred Blues taking on the Kindred Vikes. Here's a lineup for the Kindred Blues, coached by Jay Hess and assisted by Jake Overby and Luke Gibbon. Batting first and catching will be Hudson Gibbon. He wears number 4. Wearing number 9 and batting second, the second baseman, Cole Smith. Batting third and playing at shortstop, number 12, Riley Moline. Batting cleanup and playing at first base is Colson Overby. Batting fifth and pitching will be Grant Hess. Charles Audison bats 6 and plays in center field. Batting 7th, the extra hitter, Caden Rupp. Guy Gullickson plays in left field. Batting 8th and batting 9th will be Zach Doctor, the third baseman. And Jack Rudabaugh starts. He's the 10th batter in the lineup.
Coach Quislin just gave me the thumbs up, and they're ready to go. So we're sort of ready to go. this mobile station is giving me some challenges this evening, but I think we're plugging right along. It says Blues and Vikes. That's a win.
I think we're doing pretty good for what we have to work with here,
Yeah.
and this is our first time working remotely.
Yeah, we're good.
And Lincoln Olson will be the starting pitcher for the Vikes. His first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Hudson Gibbon, is up high for ball 1, and we're underway. Game 2 of Little League Night. Here's the pitch from number 2, swinging a ground ball, chopped over towards third. It's foul, past the third base coach. Run around trying to get the foul ball. Now, all right, try to get it into the coach. Alex Starcevic was walking away. Now the third base coach picks it up. I think we're ready to go. Here's a pitch. It's up high and inside. Kindred Blues taking on the Kindred Vikes. Game 2 of Little League Night. On yourliveevent.com, here's a pitch. He's in there for a strike. Mike and Wendy Bernier bringing you baseball tonight.
Good evening.
Having a lot of fun. Once we get through the technical issues,
we're
under
good.
go. Here's a high fly ball, center field, and the center field is there, and he makes a catch. That's Max Starcevic out in center field, and there's one away. Cole Smith will be the batter. He's a second baseman. Left-handed hitter, facing the right-handed pitcher, Lincoln Olson. Swinging a line drive, base hit into the gap in right center field. This could be extra bases. Kicked around out in right center field a little bit. Smith going for third base. He'll be held up there with a triple, a stand-up triple. A stand-up triple on a line drive to right center field. And that'll bring up Riley Moline. He takes a ball up high. Paul Quislin again, the umpire. Jake Overby, the coach, down the third baseline, coaching third. Luke Gibbon coaching down the first baseline. The manager, head coach of the team, is Jay Hess. He's in the dugout. That's for the Kindred Blues. And here's a pitch. It's a ball away. Fun in the first game. We got to have our HTC connection of the game and our Enbridge player of the game on the Todd Wold CPA post-game show. A lot of fun. 1-2 the count. Here's a right-hander's pitch, throwing out of the stretch. Fastball laced into left center field. This is going to get a run home. It's going to one-hop the fence out in left center field, and an extra base hit for the right-handed hitter, Riley Moline. An RBI double makes it 1-0 in favor of the Blues. See, we got it.
We did.
So we got a runner on second base. There's one out.
Got it.
And here's a pitch in there for a strike. Colson Overby, the first baseman. Tall right-handed hitter. And the pitch down low and in the dirt. 1-1 the count. Grant Hess is on deck. And here's a pitch way up high. 2 balls and a strike. The Kindred Blues strike first. After a triple by Smith, he scores on the RBI double. One hopper off the fence in left center field. We did see a home run in the first game.
Yeah, a lot of good hits in that first game.
And here's a pitch. Swinging a high pop fly. Shallow left field. This looks like trouble. On comes the left fielder. Makes the catch. The runner does take. Throw to third. Is not in time and high and up the line, but not. The Vikes fortunate that didn't go into the dugout. Just missed going into the dugout. They're going to appeal down to second base. He did not leave early, and I think that's a right call. So Moline advances a third on the fly out to left. Nice catch by the left fielder.
Yeah, it was.
That's Isaac Moore out there. Swinging a ground ball over to shortstop. Cut off by the third baseman. Throw up the line. Hits the runner. And everybody is safe, but unfortunately, it hit the runner, Grant Hess, in the right arm, or left arm, I should say.
Your other left.
Yeah. So he's safe. I think we'll call that an error. Good throw has him. So E6, he's safe. Riley Moline comes across the score to make it 2-0. And now batting, Charles Otteson, the center fielder. So a 2-0 lead for the Blues. And here's a pitch. Down low in the dirt. Hess takes off for second. Throw down to second. Not in time. It skips into center field. Hess will be happy with second base. He does get a stolen base. A lot of fun out here. Beautiful evening for baseball. Legion B baseball going on as well.
Yeah, I haven't. I just had Coach Eggman on the phone a little bit ago between games. I didn't even ask him how it was going or how it went. So my bad. I'll have to check in here pretty soon and find out how that went.
Hot shot down the third base line. Knocked down by the third base coach. Nothing but a strike. And here's a pitch. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen. I believe the count is 0-2. Actually, it might be 1-2. No scoreboard for us tonight, so I can't cheat. Here's a pitch, swinging a little pop fly, and it's going to go foul. Fielded down the first base line. Charles Otteson, the batter, center fielder.
And Legion A plays tomorrow night. So you and I are going to be back at the main field calling that game tomorrow night. A lot of fun updates about Legion A. They were just down at the Dakota Classic.
There's a little pop up towards the second baseman. He makes a catch. Does number 14, Easton Tretbar. But not before the Blues come up with a couple of runs on a couple of hits. And they lead it 2-0 on yourliveevent.com.
Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
And we're back. We head to the bottom of the first inning. The Vikes will come to bat. Here's their lineup. Number 26, Gus Mack will lead off. He plays at shortstop. Batting second and playing in center field will be Max Starcevic. Batting third, the catcher, Ethan Comer. Batting cleanup and playing at first base, TJ Paul. Playing at third base, batting fifth will be Ben Carlson. Batting sixth and playing at second base, Easton Tretbar. Batting seventh and pitching, Lincoln Olson. And batting eighth, the right fielder, Jackson Haig. And playing in left field and batting ninth will be Isaac Moore. Head coach is Alex Sarcevic and assisted by Brody Mack. Little League night in Kindred. We head to the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 lead for the Blues. Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier had a lot of Legion baseball action over the weekend down in Sioux Falls.
Yes, we did. They had a good time. And lots of baseball. They did walked away. They did 4 games, and the last one they won. And Grant's brother, Graham and Sawyer, play on Legion A. They were down there doing that, and a a good time for those boys, and Sawyer walked away with kind of a rarity we'll tell you about here in just a little bit.
Grant Hess on the mound for the Blues. He kicks and fires, swinging a high pop fly foul.
So Sawyer got now I'm not the baseball whiz, but I'm going to go at it. It was a cycle, a true cycle. So his first time up to bat, a single, and then a double, and a triple, and then, yes, a home run at the end. So it was a beautiful moment. I caught a lot of the shots, and his biggest fan, his mom, in the stands.
And the big thing about that home run, the score was 11-8. We're down by 3. That home run tied it. So he completes the cycle by hitting a game-tying 3-run home run.
Yeah, it was a pretty awesome moment for that young gentleman.
And here's a pitch. It's a grounder out to shortstop. Tried to backhand it. He won't be able to make the play.
And then the official scorer down there, they were playing in Renner. I was up in the press box, of course, and taking some pictures, and he hands me the official scorecard. So Sawyer gets to frame that one.
Gus Mack was a batter. He's going to reach on an error. We're going to have to give the shortstop an error on that. It was hard hit, but a play that I think shortstop Riley Moline will tell you should have had. Here's a swing and a foul ball back to the screen. It's Max Starcevic, the batter. He's a center fielder. Where's number 3, son of Coach Alex Starcevic over there? Going through a set of signs. Max Starcevic, the batter. Kicks, fires, swing and a miss. Off the catcher's mitt. Gus Mack is going to take second base on the pass ball. Jay Hess trying to figure out his own lineup here so he can get it into game changer. Yeah. We got a lot going on over here, Jay. Wendy's taking pictures, trying to run the scoreboard, the camera.
But we're doing it. We're doing it. We're having
the video
fun
camera.
doing it.
Here's a high pop fly behind the plate. There's going to be room, and the catcher makes a catch. Oh, what a play.
Nice.
Back behind the dish.
Hudson Gibbon.
Hudson Gibbon. His older brother, Breyer, plays on the Midcast Babe Ruth team. He's also a catcher. So a pop foul to the catcher, and there's one away. And that'll bring up Ethan Comer, the catcher, swinging a line drive, and that's extra bases into the gap in left field. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. Ethan Comer, I'm sorry, this is not Ethan Comer batting. That is TJ Paul.
It's safe at second over there.
So that's TJ Paul with an RBI double. I missed a batter, so Ethan Comer must have fouled out for the first out. What did Max Starcevic do? This is Ben Carlson, the third baseman, wearing number 24, swings and misses. Here's a pitch inside. We'll figure out what Max Starcevic did. We had a lot of commotion over here trying to figure out lineups and such. So players, coaches can get it into game changer. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And after one inning, it's a 2-0 lead for the Blues.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Head to the top of the second inning, 2-1 lead for the Blues over the Vikes. Misspoke earlier. The Vikes did score a run. That was that RBI double by TJ Paul. That scored Gus Mack in the bottom of the first inning. Max Sarcevic did strike out. Ethan Comer popped up to the catcher, and Ben Carlson struck out. We head to the top of the second inning. 7, 8, 9 hitters. For the Blues, it'll be Caden Rupp, Guy Gullickson, and Zach Doctor. 2-1 lead for the Blues over the Vikes. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Lincoln Olson still out on the mound. For the Vikes. Throws out of the stretch, and the pitch swung on and missed. Right-handed hitter Caden Rupp. And here's the pitch. It's up high. And here's a pitch from Olson. Swing and a little line drive over to the third baseman. Number 24, Ben Carlson, over there makes a catch. So there's one away. And that'll bring up Guy Gullickson, the left fielder. He wears number 29, right-handed hitter. And the pitch in the dirt, ball one. Zach Doctor is on deck. Lincoln Olson, the pitcher. Here's the pitch up high.
Hope we got one out. My bad.
And the pitch. This one's down low and in the dirt. Mike and Wendy Bernier bringing you Little League night in Kindred. I still haven't tried the pizza yet.
It is, yeah, it is. There's also a pizza party going on tonight. We're trying Icewind pizza tonight from Mapleton at the ballpark. Give it a shot. Get over to concessions, grab a piece of that, and give us some feedback on our Facebook page, Kindred Youth Baseball. That is also where you will find a sign up for concessions.
There's a pitch way up high, and it's going to get past the catcher. Gullickson is going to reach second base on the wild pitch. Zach Doctor comes to the plate. Left-handed hitter wears number 37. And the pitch, swing and a miss. He's got strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Olson sets, kicks, fires, swing and a miss. Actually, 1-2 of the count. I think Zach thought he struck out. Just 2 strikes. You get 3. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Fastball is outside and high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fun to bring you Little League night from Kindred. A lot of fun. Ball's in the dirt. Now a full count. There's 1 out. Runner on second base. 2-1 lead for the Blues over the Vikes. Here's the pitch. Outside. He walked him. So runners on first and second. And that'll bring up Jack Rodenbaugh, the right fielder. Wears number 3, swings and misses. Got a lot of fun names to pronounce on here. Jack Rodenbaugh. There's another one, Guy Gullickson, just batted earlier. Fun names to say. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitter. And here's a set and the pitch. Swing and a high pop fly in the infield. No infield fly called out. Now it is. The batter is out on a pop up to the pitcher. Second out. And that goes to the top of the order. Hudson Gibbon steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. Inside, ball 1. Runners on first and second. Gibbon trying to extend the lead for the Blues. Olson trying to do the opposite. Here's a pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher. I believe that's Ethan Comer still behind the plate. Here's a pitch from Olson. In there for a strike. Yes, it is Ethan Comer back there. He started at catcher. The coaches like to mix it up a little bit, give a chance for these little leaguers to play different positions. Swing and a miss by the right-handed hitter, Hudson Gibbon. Cole Smith would be next. Here's the set and the pitch. This one's down low, and it's going to skip past Comer, and the runners will advance. Gullickson makes it down to third base. Zach Doctor down to second base. Count is full. There's 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Just missed outside. And the third walk of the inning puts Gibbon aboard and loads the bases. And that brings up Cole Smith. Cole Smith tripled his first time up and came around to score. Fouls this one off at strike 1. Cole Smith tripled in the first inning, came around to score on an RBI double. Swinging a ground ball towards first base. Fielded by the first baseman. He steps on the bag. That ends the inning. 3 unassisted is the put out. 3 down, no runs scored for the Blues, and there were no hits. 3 runners left aboard. At the end of an inning and a half, we head to the bottom of the second inning with a 2-1 lead for the Blues over the Vikes on yourliveevent.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
We head to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Easton Tretbar to lead it off in the bottom of the second for the Vikes. 2-1 lead for the Blues over the Vikes. Number 29, Guy Gullickson on to pitch now. Hess goes 1 inning of work. Gives up an unearned run. Walked nobody and struck out 1. Guy Gullickson on to pitch. Right-hander kicks, fires, swinging a foul ball. Easton Tretbar, the batter. He's playing at second base. Where's number 14? He's got that sliding glove in case he gets on base in his back right pocket. Here's a pitch from Gullickson. It's in the dirt. Paul Quislen, the umpire. Here's the set. And the pitch. Here's a high pop fly right side of the infield. Second baseman, Mr. Hess, comes over there. Grant Hess comes and makes the play. It's a pop up to the second baseman, and there's 1 away. Gullickson throws out of the stretch. He's facing the other pitcher, Lincoln Olson. First pitch to him is a ball. Lincoln Olson followed by Jackson Haig, and should one of those 2 batters reach, it'll be Isaac Moore. Here's the set and the delivery from Gullickson. Fastball is, I believe, inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the set and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And here's a pitch. Swing and a little blooper over towards third base. It's going to be trouble. Long throw across the diamond is not going to be in time. It'll be a little infield base hit for Lincoln Olson. The second hit for the Vikes brings up Jackson Hagg. He's a right fielder. Where's number 23? Right-handed hitter against a right-handed pitcher. Takes ball one upstairs. Here's a set. And the delivery. Swing and a miss. Big, healthy cut.
Yeah, he was.
By number 23, Jackson Hagg. He did not get cheated on that pitch at all.
If he connects, that one's going to be a good one.
Good old healthy hack. Here's the set and the pitch. Fastball. Down low and away for a ball. Here's the set. And the delivery. Down low and in the dirt. And again, at this level, you cannot lead off on the bases. You can steal, but the ball has to be to about the plate. And here's a pitch. Down low and in the dirt. You can get your secondary lead after that. Jackson Hagg does draw a walk. Put runners on first and second base. Brings up Isaac Moore, the left fielder. Right-handed hitter.
One out, right? You got one out?
Yeah, one down.
All right, that's what I got.
And here's the set and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Vikes trying to tie this game up. Perhaps take a lead. Here's the pitch. Way out upstairs. Ball and a strike is the count. Alex Starcevic coaching over at third base. Brody Mack coaching at first. Here's a pitch upstairs again. 2 balls and a strike. Pro Ag Fields. The ball will carry out. Here's the set and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball over to the pitcher. He throws it a little bit high to the first baseman, but they get the out recorded. So it's a 1-3 put out for the second out. And the runners do move up to second and third. 2 down. Top of the order. Gus Mack steps up. He reached out an error. Hit it hard, but the shortstop made an error. Gus Mack eventually scored the only run for the Vikes. Now he's trying to give his team a lead, or perhaps tie it up. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip back to the catcher. Was a foul ball, so no runners can advance. Dead ball. And here's a pitch. Inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-handed hitting. Gus Mack. And here's the set and the delivery. Outside. We'll have the Todd Wold CPA postgame show for you at the following this game. We'll have
Gus also has an older brother, Eli, that pitched down at the Dakota Classic baseball game. Did a fabulous job of pitching down there.
Here's a high drive into center field, and guess who runs it down? Center fielder out there tracked it down. Let's get his number so I can get that right. That was a nice running catch, and that saved a couple of runs. Looked like number 20, Charles Otteson, tracked it down out in center field on a laser out to center field. So the Vikes don't come up with any runs. They leave a couple runners aboard. At the end of 2, we head to the top of the 3rd inning. It's a 2-1 lead for the Blues on YourLiveEvent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and RJBroadcasting.com, local voices from local radio.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
And we're back. New pitcher for the Vikes. It's Ben Carlson, number 24. His first pitch is a fastball away, ball 1. Now batting for the Kindred Blues, it'll be Riley Moline, Colson Overby, and Grant Hess in the top of the 3rd inning. Ben Carlson, right-handed pitcher, kicks and fires to Riley Moline. It's up high, 2 balls and no strikes. Moline had a hard hit RBI double back in the first. He later came around to score as well. So had a part in both runs for the Blues. Olson, Lincoln Olson, the starting pitcher for the Vikes. He went 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, walked 2, and didn't strike anybody out. And now Ben Carlson on to pitch. Riley Moline, the batter, right-handed batter, takes a ball in the dirt. I believe the count is 3-1. Again, I don't have that cheater up on the scoreboard. And here's the pitch. He walked him. Riley Moline is aboard. The leadoff walk.
Almost forgot to drop that bat and take it down to first base with him, but his teammate wanted that particular bat, I do believe.
That'll bring up Colson Overby. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to left field his first time up. There's a little ground ball over to third. And the shortstop, Gus Mack, fields it. He throws over to first base. It won't be in time. And then gets away from the first baseman, so Moline will be able to move up on the error by the first baseman. And Overby will reach on the error by the third baseman. So 2 errors on the play. Overby reaches first base on E5, and Moline reaches third base on E3. Grant Hess, the batter. Check swing, fouls it back out of play. He reached on an error by the shortstop in the first inning, stole the base, but he was stranded there. Nobody out, runners on first and second. Here's a pitch in the dirt, runner goes, throw down to second base. They got him. They got him. Beautiful throw. Down to second base, and Colson Overby is gunned down stealing. I believe I can't remember who, I think it was Gus Mack that fielded it. Either way, there's 1 down. And a runner on third base only.
Getting there.
Grant Hess, the batter, trying to extend that lead for the Blues. And here's the set. Here's the pitch, way up high. It's a very colorful bat that Grant Hess is swinging. If I'm not mistaken, I see orange, I see yellow.
And his gloves, too.
And here's a pitch. It's a ball.
I believe there are a couple of players up on Legion that have those same bat gloves as well. So, once again, very stylish fellas out here.
I believe Grant Hess just drew a walk, so there's runners on first and third again. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Right-handed hitting Charles Otteson made that nice catch out in center field to save a couple of runs in the bottom of the second. He's batting. He's 0 for 1. He popped out to the second baseman his first time up. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, and this should score a run. Here he comes. Nobody covering home, and the runner is safe. Moline comes across the score. His second run of the game makes it 3-1 in favor of the Blues. Hess goes down to second base on that wild pitch.
He came on home, but he didn't want to quite slide.
3-1 score. Blues over the Vikes. Charles Otteson still batting. Trying to get some more runs. Here's a pitch from Carlson. It's in there for a strike.
So just one out too, right? You got.
Yep.
Yep.
One down. No batter has been placed out yet this inning. There's a swing and a foul. The only out was a caught stealing. Beautiful throw down to second base. Ethan Comer, the catcher, threw him out stealing. Here's the set and the pitch. Swing and a foul. Charles Otteson battling up there against a right-handed pitcher, Ben Carlson. Here's the set. And the pitch. Fastball is away, and that's going to move the runner up on the wild pitch. So Hess moves up to third base on the wild pitch. Ben Carlson looking on. And the pitch in the dirt. Hey, nice stop by Comer, the catcher. It is a walk. Otteson will get first base, so again runners on first and third base. Third walk of the inning for Carlson. And that brings up Caden Rupp, the extra hitter. He's 0 for 1. He popped up to third base his first time up. Ball in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher, Comer. Runners do not advance. Mike and Wendy Bernier bringing you Little League Baseball. The rookie level baseball, 11 and 12 years old. On yourliveevent.com, here's a pitch from Carlson, swung on and missed by the right-handed hitter, Caden Rupp.
And after this game, we'll have the Todd Wall CPA post-game show for any accounting requisitions from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses. Go online to wold-cpa.com.
Pitch from Carlson is swung on and missed by Caden Rupp. Carlson looking to set down his first batter of the inning. Here's a pitch. Just misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Guy Gullickson on deck.
We gotta stop, tie a shoe real quick at first base here. Got that done.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a high pop fly foul over the batting cage down there. These Pro Ag fields are good for this level of play. They are meant to be softball fields, so girls softball teams play out here. Here's a pitch. It's in the dirt. This should score a run. Comer throws it home, but not in time. Hess comes across the score to make it a 4-1 ball game in favor of the Blues. Hess scores, makes it 4-1. Hess comes sliding in. When did you get that shot?
I did. Of course I did.
On your still camera. We got the video camera going. Wendy
Well, it was on the video, too, so folks at home could see that, too. I didn't miss much.
No, I'm just saying, because he slid in. It was a pretty cool shot. There's a lot of dirt flying.
Yep.
I just wondered if you got that shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Caden Rupp strikes out. Second out of the inning.
Yeah, Hess baseball players they're good subject matter for a good shot.
Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Runner will advance again. Otteson will head down to third base on the wild pitch. 4-1 lead for the Kindred Blues.
2 outs.
Guy Gullickson batting. He reached on a walk his first time up. Here's a pitch inside. 2 runs in so far in the third inning. For the Blues, they dropped 2 in the first. None in the second inning. Left the bases loaded. Now they got 2 runs here. Here's a pitch. Outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Right-handed pitcher. Ben Carlson kicks, fires. Inside, he walked him. I guess the count was 3-0. So he does draw another walk. That's 4 walks this inning given up by Carlson. And that'll bring up Zach Doctor. He reached on a walk in the second inning. Was stranded eventually at second base. Here's a pitch. Almost hit him. Oh, it did hit him. That did hit him, so that'll load up the bases. The ball's being thrown around out there, but pay no attention to that. It's a dead ball. Zach Doctor got hit by the pitch. to load up the bases. Gullickson goes down to second. Ottison's still on third base.
Yeah, the catcher got excited. He thought he was going to get an out at third, but dead ball.
Ball was dead once it hit the batter, so the ball's dead. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Right-handed pitcher Jack Rodenbaugh, the right fielder. He popped up to the pitcher his first time up. He's got that elbow up high. Takes the ball one outside. I like to tell kids at this level that, a lot of parents like to say a walk is as good as a hit. I always try to refute that because there's nothing like hitting a baseball hard. But, hey, a walk here draws in a run. So, in this situation, you are right. A walk is as good as a hit. But he's down on the count, 1-2. Here's a pitch from Ben Carlson. Fastball way up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 down. 4-1 lead for the Blues over the Vikes. Here's a pitch from Carlson. Fastball, swing and a miss. He got him on strikes, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. But the Blues do strike for a couple of runs and have a 4-1 lead. And we'll come back in the bottom of the 3rd inning on yourliveevent.com.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
And we're back. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kindred Blues lead it by a score of 4-1 over to the Kindred Vikes. New pitcher for the Kindred Blues. It'll be number 37. Zach Doctor comes on to pitch. That'll end the line for Gullickson. Guy Gullickson goes 1 inning of work, allows 1 hit, no runs allowed. Walked 1, didn't strike anybody out. Sawyer Hess started the game. He went 1 inning. Allowed 1 hit, 1 run. It was not earned. He walked nobody and struck out 1 batter. So Zach Doctor will get a chance to pitch. He'll face a 2-3-4 hitters for the Vikes. It'll be Max Starcevic, Ethan Comer, and TJ Paul. Max Starcevic laces one down the first base line. Nice backhand play by the first baseman. Colson Overby, 1 pitch, 1 out, 3 unassisted, and quickly there's 1 away. So you like to see that from your relief pitcher. Comes in, throws 1 pitch, gets an out. Ready to play again. Ethan Comer, the batter. He popped up in foul territory. The catcher, Hudson Gibbon, made a beautiful catch in foul territory. Took the mask off, made a catch back behind, close to the fence. And here's the pitch from Doctor. It's outside. Count was 1-1. The first pitch was in there for a strike. And here's the set and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big healthy cut from Ethan Comer. Comes up empty. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-handed pitcher Zach Doctor on the mound. Throws out of the stretch. And kicks, fires. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the set and the pitch. Swing and a high pop fly foul.
For a minute. Thought you might catch that one for a minute.
Yeah. Out of play over the first base dugout. And here's the set. And here's the pitch. Outside. Count is full. TJ Paul awaits on deck. I'm Mike Bernier along with Wendy Bernier bringing you baseball on yourliveevent.com. Here's a pitch outside. He walked him. Runner aboard. After the first game, we got to interview Kyle Odegaard, the winning pitcher in the first game. That was a lot of fun. And
yeah, he did a good job.
We'll bring you another interview. We'll have a player of the game after this game as well. TJ Paul, the batter, hit a booming double to left center. RBI double, his first time up. Drove in their only run for the Vikes. Takes the ball up high. I think the count is 2-0. Man, I got to pay attention because I don't have that cheater scoreboard.
Yeah, our scoreboard is in the outfield. It's kind of down for the evening. That's all right.
Here's a pitch and a high drive into center field. This ball's hit well. Back it goes, and she is gone. A two-run bomb for TJ Paul to straightaway center field. And very quickly, the Vikes bounce back to make this a 4-3 ball game. And here comes TJ Paul getting mobbed by his teammates at the plate. He does a little jump, lands on home plate. Wendy's getting some still shots with the camera. You hear the camera clicking in the background.
Yeah,
the media's going.
Too good to miss right there. That's
Kids
fun.
are having a lot of fun. A two-run home run makes it 4-3. Blues are still ahead by a run, but a two-run home run straight away center field for TJ Paul. That brings up Big Ben Carlson. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here's a pitch to him, swinging a line drive over towards the shortstop. He's got it. Throw across the diamond. It's not going to be in time. It's going to be an infield single for Ben Carlson. So 2 hits in a row for the Vikes.
Everybody's out in the outfield trying to find that home run ball for him.
What are those, beans out there? I don't know. I'm not a farmer. Here's a pitch, and it's going to get by the catcher. Ben Carlson's going to reach second base on the wild pitch. Easton Tretbar is the batter. He's 0 for 1. He popped out. So, yeah, the search party looks like they got it.
Yep.
Looks like they found the white baseball in the green field out there. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. And here's a set. Here's a pitch. It's going to reach third base.
Trying to get him safe.
Throw down to third base.
The ball
Hold on
popped
1
out.
second. Brody, what happened to Easton? Lincoln Olson is the batter, not Easton Tretbar. Here's a set and the pitch. In there for a strike. Trying to figure out what happened to Easton Tretbar, if I missed a batter or what happened. Yeah. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball over towards third. It's a fair ball down the left field line. That's going to score a run. Ben Carlson comes across the score. Throw down to second base. Not in time. It's going to be a double for Lincoln Olson. I don't think Easton Tretbar batted, but nobody called him out on it, so there should only be one out. It is a tie game. It's 4-4 as Ben Carlson came across the score.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson Haig is the batter. He walked his first time up. Outside is the pitch. The rule is if you bat out of order or you skip a batter, the other team's got to call it and say, hey, you skipped a batter, and then that batter would be out. But nobody made that call, or I missed a batter. I don't think I did because TJ Paul hit the home run, Ben Carlson singled, and then Lincoln Olson came to the plate.
Well, he did a good job, so.
Yeah. And here's a pitch. It got him. Hit by pitch. Jackson Haig is aboard. Isaac Moore steps up. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Now Easton Tretbar is going to bat.
Okay, we will get a picture of this.
Swing and a miss. Strike one. It's possible the young man had to use the facilities. But Easton Tretbar is going to bat. I'm not sure how I'm going to score this in my scorebook, but I'll write everything in pencil and see what happens. There's a pitch, and it's a inside pitch, and the runners will advance on the wild pitch. Easton Tretbar is 0 for 1. He popped up to second base his first time up. Tie ball game. Blues with 4, Vikes with 4.
Get one out? Or am I behind on that?
I have one out.
Okay. Well, I guess if we match, it's good.
Here's a pitch. It's a ball. So Easton Tretbar batting. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball out towards short. Bounces over the glove of the shortstop. That'll score 1 run, and the Vikes take the lead by a score of 5-4. Tretbar will reach on the error. He will get a run batted in. Lincoln Olson comes across the score to make it 5-4 in favor of the Vikes. Jackson Haig moves over to third base. This will bring up Isaac Moore, the left fielder. He's 0 for 1 with that ground out. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Zach Doctor on the mound. First game of this Little League night saw a home run. So did the second game. Here's a wild pitch. That should score another run. Haig comes across the score on the wild pitch. Tretbar moves down to second base on that same pitch, and it's a 6-4 lead for the Vikes. Isaac Moore, the batter. Pitch is inside. Another ball. Zach Doctor trying to work through this inning. He's got a 3-1 count on the batter. Isaac Moore's the 9th batter in the lineup. Here's the pitch. It's away. He walked him. I thought the count was 3-1. Yeah, he did walk him. Tretbar does move down to third base on a wild pitch. The ball was still live. Isaac Moore walks.
Not yet.
Yep, quiz motion down that he walked. But Isaac Moore did not see that. But that's 4 balls, so he does get first base. And now we're back to the top of the lineup. The Vikes will bat 9 this inning as Gus Mack steps to the plate. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Swing at a high pop fly in the infield. Shortstop comes on and makes the catch. And there's 2 away. And that brings up Max Sarcevic. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. Runners on first and second. There's 2 outs. Here's the set and the pitch. Swing and a pop-up over the first baseman. He reaches back and makes a catch, does Colson Overby. And that's the inning. So a pop-up to the first baseman ends the inning. But the Vikes strike for 5 runs and make it a 6-4 lead over the Blues, and we head to the top of the 4th inning on yourliveevent.com.
Sorry, before we go to break, we're headed to where?
Top of 4.
Okay, thank you.
For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com. Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Tick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
We head to the top of the fourth inning. Kindred Blues coming to bat, find themselves down by a score of 6-4. Vikes on top. Ben Carlson back out on the mound for those Vikes. Throws the first pitch way up high, ball one, to the leadoff hitter, Hudson Gibbon. He's flown out to center field and walked, so he's 0 for 1 officially. Ben Carlson on the mound. Team just gave him a lead. Looking for that shutdown inning, throws ball two.
And after this game, we're going to have the post-show, or Todd Wold CPA post-game show for any accounting requisitions from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses. Go online to wold-cpa.com.
2-0 pitch from Carlson is in there and fouled off by Hudson Gibbon. Right-handed hitter, leadoff hitter trying to get aboard. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's a pitch from Ben Carlson. It's away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Cole Smith on deck. He'll be followed by Riley Moline. And here's a 3-2 delivery. Fastball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And there's one away. Cole Smith, the batter. He's tripled and scored a run and also grounded out to the first baseman. Left-handed hitter. Here's a pitch way up high, ball one. Number 24, Ben Carlson on the mound. Kicks and fires. Fastball is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the set and the pitch. That's in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. Blues trying to get something started. Dropped a couple of runs in the top of the first and a couple of runs in the top of the third. Looking to strike again in the fourth inning. And the pitch, swing and a miss. 3-1 the count. Ben Carlson looking on. And the pitch, it's in the dirt, he walked him. Cole Smith reaches. The Blues left the bases loaded in the second inning and also in the third inning. They've had 7 runners left aboard in this game through 3 innings. First pitch to Riley Moline is up high, ball one. He doubled, an RBI double in the first inning, came around to score. That was in the first. In the third inning, he walked and scored a run in the third. Here's a pitch, little fly ball over towards the first baseman, caught by the first baseman, race to the bag. Unfortunately, for Cole Smith, he wins the race. So it's almost a line drive double play. So line out to the first baseman. TJ Paul makes the grab for the second out. But Cole Smith raced back to first base and made it safely. That'll bring up Colson Overby. Right-handed hitter. He flew out to left and reached on an error. He's 0 for 2. looking to extend this inning. Swinging a hard ground ball out toward shortstop, fielded by Gus Mack over to second base. And that's the half inning on a ground out, 5-4 for the third out of the inning. No runs, there were no hits, one runner left aboard. At the end of 3.5, we head to the bottom of the fourth inning with the score 6-4 in favor of the Vikes over the Blues on yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
And we're back. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Kindred Vikes coming to bat. They'll have their 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. They'll have Ethan Comer, TJ Paul, and Ben Carlson to bat. The Kindred Blues were up by a score of 4-1 until the bottom of the third inning when the Vikes dropped 5 runs, including a big 2-run home run by TJ Paul. There was an RBI double by Lincoln Olson in that inning as well. And they come across with 5 runs, and they have a 6-4 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. New pitcher for the Kindred Blues. It'll be number 20, Charles Otteson, on to pitch. And again, facing those 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Dangerous couple of hitters here in the lineup. Charles Otteson, number 20, right-handed pitcher. And here's Ethan Comer, the batter, right-handed hitter, swinging a high drive into left center field. This ball's trouble. It's going to take a couple of hops and hit the fence. And Comer's going to have himself a stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the fourth. Big hit for Comer. TJ Paul steps to the plate. He's 2 for 2, had a big RBI double in the first inning and a big 2-run home run to straightaway center field in the third. That cut the lead to 1 at the time. They would eventually take the lead. So Otteson working to TJ Paul. Here's the set and the pitch outside. In the top of the fifth, the Blues will have their 5, 6, and 7 hitters to the plate. Here's a high pop fly. Foul territory, might be playable. Now it sneaks over the fence over there in foul territory.
How many out you got? Lots.
Nobody out.
Okay.
Leadoff double only. TJ Paul stepping to the plate. Here's the set and the pitch outside.
We don't have that scoreboard. Scoreboard's not going tonight, so I have to double check quite a bit tonight.
Wendy wearing all kinds of hats like usual, trying to take pictures, running the camera,
well,
the video camera.
Trying to get the score of the Legion B, too.
Here's a high pop fly behind the plate, and catcher's there again. Once again.
That's a big smile.
Hudson Gibbon back there for the second time tonight makes a catch behind home plate, recording an out. That's a big out as well because at the plate was a guy that has 2 extra base hits, including a bomb. So 1 out. Ben Carlson steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He struck out and singled and scored a run. Ground ball over to third. Throw over to first base in time for the out. Ethan Comer will move up to third base. So it's a 5-3 put out for the second out of the inning. Good baseball tonight. That'll bring up Easton Tretbar. And I'm happy to report he is batting in the right spot. Here's a pass ball throw to the plate, not in time, and the Vikes come up with another run, and that'll be a wild pitch. And Ethan Comer comes across the score to make the score 7-4 in favor of the Vikes. So that leadoff double pays off, and Comer comes across the score. Ball one, Easton Tretbar batting. He's 0 for 2. He popped up to second base, reached on an error. He didn't get credit for a run batted in the third. Here's a line drive right back to the pitcher, and that'll end the side, but the Vikes do come up with a run. And we head to the top of the 5th inning. That's it for the Blues. They'll have to come up with a couple of runs to keep this going on yourliveevent.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
We head to the top of the 5th inning. The Kindred Blues, it's do or die. They got a couple of need to come up with a couple of runs here. It's the top of the 5th inning. Kindred Vikes on top, 7-4. Blues need 3 runs to tie this game. Obviously, to take a lead, they need to put up more than that. But to keep this game alive, they got to come up with at least that 3 runs. They'll have to do it with Grant Hess, Charles Otteson, and Caden Rupp, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Kindred Blues. Ben Carlson takes the mound again. He's gone 2 innings and done well.
At the end of this game, the Todd Wold CPA post-game show will have the Enbridge player of the game and the HTC connection of the match.
Here's a pitch from Ben Carlson. Pitch is up high to Grant Hess. Hess is 0 for 1. He reached on an error, and he walked in the 3rd inning and came around to score. So 0 for 1 officially. Here's a set in the pitch. Swinging the line drive into right field. That's down for a hit. Haig, the right fielder, gets it into the infield, and it goes through a couple of fielders. Hess is going to try to make his way down to second base. Now it's thrown into right field. Hess is going to go all the way to 3rd, and he'll be held up there.
Looks like Grant has to go back.
Grant has to go back to second base. So he'll reach. He'll get to first on the base hit. He'll reach second base on the error. And that brings up Charles Otteson. So good things for the Blues. We got a runner aboard. They just need to keep getting runners aboard and chip away at this lead. They need 3 to tie. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball away. Hess will reach third base safely anyway. And again, as the pitcher, you don't need to worry about the runners because you just need to focus on getting the batters out because the more runners they get aboard, the better chance they have. Here's the set and the pitch up high. Right-handed hitter Charles Otteson at the plate. He's 0 for 1, popped up and walked. Here's Ben Carlson looking on, rocks and fires. Pitch is in there for a strike. Caden Rupp is on deck. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high pop fly right side of the infield. Second baseman calls it, makes the catch. That's Lincoln Olson out there. Makes a nice catch, and there's one away. One down. Caden Rupp steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He popped up to third and struck out. Runner on third base. One down. Guy Gullickson on deck. Here's a pitch from Ben Carlson. It's going to get away from the catcher. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Grant Hess scores his second run of the ball game.
I did check in over at the main field, and Legion B is Jamestown's up on them 5-4 in the bottom of the fifth over there on the main field.
Blues come across with their fifth run on the wild pitch. Grant Hess comes across a score. Caden Rupp the batter. Ben Carlson has one out, trying to work his way through this inning. He's giving up the one run. It's a 7-5 lead. Here's a pitch, up high and inside. And here's a pitch from Gullickson. I'm sorry, Carlson. That's outside. Blues trying to get runners aboard. This is so much fun. Look at the kids up on the edge of the fence, and they're trying to cheer their teammates on. Another ball, he walked him. And Caden Rupp reaches first base on the walk. That brings up Guy Gullickson. He's walked twice. Stranded at third in the second, stranded at second in the third. Takes ball one. So now the tying run is at the plate. The Vikes are the home team, so they'll get a chance to bat if the Blues should tie it. Check swing, he did not go. 2 balls and no strikes. Zach Doctor is on deck. Here's a pitch, way up high. 2-1 is the count. Guy Gullickson, right-handed hitter, trying to work his way on base any way he can. Here's a pitch from Carlson. Swinging a high pop fly. Shallow center field. On comes the center fielder. Nice running catch.
That was very nice.
That's Mac Starcevic out in center field with a nice running catch. And there's 2 down. So it comes down to this. Zach Doctor is batting with 2 outs. Runner on first base. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Zach Doctor has walked and was hit by a pitch, so no official at-bat. Helping the on-base percentage, though. Here's a pitch, way up high. It's going to get by him. Caden Rupp is going to reach third base on the wild pitch.
Second.
What did I say, first base?
Third.
Oh, I said third base. Yeah, he'll just reach second base on the
Yeah,
wild.
I didn't get down to third yet.
Here's the set and the pitch by Carlson. That one's in the dirt. Runner on second base. 2 down. 2-run lead for the home team, Kindred Vikes. Here's the set, here's the pitch. It's down low. Ben Carlson looking on, trying to work out of this inning. Here's the pitch. It's inside, he walked him. Now the tying run is on base. Runners at first and second. Jack Rodenbaugh started out in right field. He's 0 for 2. He popped up and struck out. Trying to extend this inning. Here's the pitch, way up high, swing and a miss, strike 1. Jack Rodenbaugh wears number 3. He's got both elbows up high, trying to work his way on base. Here's the pitch. It's outside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jack Rodenbaugh would be the go-ahead run. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ben Carlson has done a nice job since he's come on to pitch. looking to finish up 3 complete innings. Here's the pitch. Up high. Oh, he called him out. Strike 3, and that's the ball game. And Rodenbach goes down on strikes to end the ball game. The Kindred Vikes win this one by a score of 7-5, and the ball game is over. The Vikes beat the Blues by a score of 7-5. We'll take a break and come back for the Todd Wold postgame show, CPA postgame show after this on yourliveevent.com.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. For any accounting needs you may have, Todd R. World Certified Public Accountant has you covered. From income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals and businesses. Todd Wold CPA would like to wish the best to the teams competing and thank the coaches and players for their hard work and dedication throughout the season on and off the field, as anything can happen every night at the Diamond. For more information, go online to wold-cpa.com. That's wold-cpa.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to eliteautomotivecenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
And we're back. Welcome to the Todd Wold CPA postgame show. For any accounting requisitions from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses, go online, wold-cpa.com. And we also have our Enbridge player of the game. It's going to go to Mr. TJ Paul. You had a nice game out there. How did it feel?
Well, that one home run felt great.
Yeah? Did you know it was gone coming off the bat?
Barreled it.
And you barreled it, and you knew it was gone coming off the bat. Did you do a home run trot?
Yeah.
You did a home run trot. It was a big 2-run home run at the time.
Yeah,
it put your team within 1 run at the time. How did that feel to get back into the game?
Felt good. That was my first of the season.
Have you ever had a home run over the fence before?
No.
No, over the fence? Did you get the ball? I saw the search party out in center field.
I did get the ball.
The other kids got you the baseball?
Mom has it. They didn't get that frame.
So Mom has the baseball for you? Excellent.
Last time I hit a home run was T-ball.
Oh, yeah? So that's
yeah.
your first over-the-fence home run. It comes at Pro Ag Fields, and it was a big 2-run home run. Hey, you also had an RBI double in the first inning. So you drove in 3 runs today. You scored 1 run, had 2 hits, drove in 3 runs. 2 extra base hits, and you lead your team to victory by a score of 7-5. So you're the Enbridge player of the game. Have you ever done an interview before like this on TV?
No, I mean, I've been in the newspaper a couple times, but nothing like this. No.
Yeah. Well, you're very calm, and you do a very good job interviewing. So you got your teammates in the background here kind of cheering you on and watching you on, and they're eating all your dilly bars. So I'm sure you want to get to one of the dilly bars, and great game for TJ Paul, a great baseball game.
As me, so, I mean, it's a team game.
Yeah, it's a team game, and I tell you what, we're going to have another player that we're going to mention later, the connection player of the game. Will be Ben Carlson. He comes on and he pitches 3 strong innings and he picks up the victory.
That was good pitching.
And he did a very good job and again helped your team on to a 7-5 victory over the Blues tonight. So anything else? Any shout-outs?
Oh yeah, to Ethan behind the plate. I mean, stopped everything.
Yep. Anybody else?
I mean, everyone played good.
Everybody
Top flies in the outfield, all caught.
Yep.
I don't think we had a single error that game, so.
Yeah, I think you might be right about that. So a very well-played baseball game, and it was a fun night for Little League Night on yourliveevent.com. So thanks for joining us, and congratulations on being the Enbridge player of the game. We'll take a break, and we'll be back after this.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Good evening, welcome back. This is the Todd Wold CPA post-game show. Again, for any accounting requisitions from income tax planning, preparation, and consulting for individuals or businesses, go online to wold-cpa.com. We brought you the Enbridge player of the game. It was TJ Paul, who had an RBI double and a 2-run home run over the fence. Enbridge, life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Now it's time for the connection of the match. HTC, discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com. So the Halstead connection of the game is going to go to the relief pitcher. Ben Carlson comes on, throws 3 strong innings, only allows 1 hit, allows 3 runs, only 2 earned, walked 7 but struck out 3 batters en route to getting the victory as his team wins. The Vikes win over the Blues by a score of 7-5. So he's your connection of the match. Congratulations to Ben Carlson on picking up the win for the Vikes.
Yeah, and everybody is celebrating over there with some ice cream, some dilly bars, and it's a great night. So come on out, Legion A tomorrow. You and I are going back to the big boy field over there and watch Legion A tomorrow. So hopefully everybody shows up and these rookies and peewees come out too and watch some great baseball over there, some good Legion baseball.
It was a heck of a night and a lot of fun on Kindred Little League Night. Vikes win this one by a score of 7-5, and that'll be it for the broadcast. We'll see you tomorrow night.